Good morning, everybody, and welcome to On the Open here, taking a look at the European markets at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group Securities offered by MoneyBlock. Here to give you all the action that's going on currently in the European markets. The German DAX is up about 0.6%. Now, the session opened up after German Finance Minister Schwab spoke in favor of taking some steps towards unwinding the European Central Bank's ultra-loose monetary policy this year. That put banks in play in Germany early in the session. You had Deutsche Bank, Commerzbank leading. The two are up basically about 2.5% and 1.6% at this juncture. You also had Daimler, Volkswagen, as well as BMW adding between 0.7% and 1.1%. Now, EWG, the ETF that tracks German stocks, is trading at 26.99. Today, they're pricing in the potential range of around 19 cents in this $26.99 ETF and 40-cent range, either up or down for the next 7 days. Implied volatility is very low. What is that telling you? That's telling you that there's not a heightened expectation of violent moves in EWG, either up or down. 26.35, 25.72, and 25.66 are going to be critical levels that need to be held if the bulls are going to be in play for the short-term, mid-term, and long-term. Now, taking a look at the UK FTSE, it's higher by about 0.3% early in this session. You have home builders and consumer names. They're really contributing to this advance. Barrett Developments, Persimmon, Taylor Wimpey are all up between 1.9% and 3.5%. You're also seeing Kingfisher, Burberry, as well as Intercontinental Hotels and Carnival all showing gains between 0.8% and 3% early in the session. Now, Prime Minister May did come out and is expected to make a major Brexit announcement on Tuesday, January 17th. Now, the markets will not be open here in the U.S. on Monday, so watch our Monday night action report. We're going to actually do a Monday night setup, so take a look at that. But there's going to be news on the 17th in London. The EWU is trading at 31.26. This UK ETF has a range being priced in today of around 15 cents and 43 cents for the next day today, and 43 cents for the next 7 days. The implied volatility rank is really low at 9%. Folks, there's just not a lot of movement being priced in right now into these country ETFs. Current levels that you're going to want to watch, 30.83, 30.40, and 31.16. Those need to be held and get some momentum, some volume behind it if the bulls are going to start to go into new territory to the upside. France's CAC climbed so far 0.9%. And that's largely because of the relative strength that we're seeing in financials. Credit Agricole, BNP Paribas, Societe Generale are all have gains right now of 1.9% and 2.7%. Now, we are seeing Renault tumble 2.4% after prosecutors in Paris have a probe into the potential violation of emission standards. I guess no one really basically looked at the playbook from Volkswagen, or at least ponying up some money in their coffers to get ready for this. But this is the second one. Yesterday we had Fiat Chrysler here in the United States, also under scrutiny here by the EPA. We're going to watch EWQ today here in the States. That's the ETF that tracks French stocks, trading at $25.12. The 7-day range is being priced in right around 40 cents for this $25 ETF. The implied volatility rank, though, is the highest of all of the indices in the European Union. It's at 33%. That's getting on the higher end of the bottom, but it's still low. Anything below 50 is cheap and not a heightened expectation of violent moves, but that could change. There is a lot of headline risk right now in Europe. 24.53, 24, and 23.95 are going to be critical levels that the bulls need to hold in this French ETF. Finally, we're going to take a look at Italy today. Italy is outperforming, up 1.4%. Financials continue to lead the way. We're seeing that. That's going to be a story that you will see resonate both in Italy and Spain. Financials are going to dictate how these markets are going to go. You're seeing banks like UBI Banca, Banco BPM, as well as Banca Mediolanum, up between 3.2% and 7.8%. So we're going to watch that very closely. All right, folks, that's everything going on right now in Europe. That sets the table for what's going on in the U.S. We're going to be talking about all of the banks' earnings that are out, Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, as well as Wells Fargo. There's also some interesting discussions about some potential mergers and acquisitions. We're going to cover all this on the opening bell here at MarketStream.live at 9:30 Eastern Time. Join us then. Take care.